The Gospel according to Mark, chapter 5, around verse number 19. Jesus did not let him, but told him, "Go home to your own people and report to them how much the Lord has done for you and how he has had mercy on you." This passage comes from the story of the man who was freed from demon possession by Jesus. If you're not familiar with the story, it's about a man who was completely out of control, living among the tombs, unable to be restrained by chains or societal norms. By today's standards, we might describe him as mentally ill, harming himself and feared by those around him. But when Jesus commanded the unclean spirit to leave him, everything changed. The same man who once had been untamed and isolated was now sitting calmly, dressed, and in his right mind. His transformation was so drastic that the people who knew him became afraid, not of his past condition, but of what had happened to him. And as often happens when people don't understand something, their fear led them to reject him. Instead of rejoicing in the miracle, they begged Jesus to leave their region. So naturally, the man who had been freed wanted to follow Jesus, but Jesus denied his request. Instead, he gave him a mission. Go home. Go to your own people and tell them what the Lord has done for you and how he has shown you mercy. This is significant for several reasons. The people in this man's hometown would have known his past. They had seen his torment, his isolation, and his suffering, and now they would see the undeniable change in his life. Jesus wanted him to be a living testimony among those who could recognize the transformation firsthand. This directive also emphasizes the importance of starting with those closest to us. Before we think about reaching the world, we have a responsibility to the people within our own sphere, our families, our communities, our co-workers, and those we interact with daily. Too often, Christians are eager to engage in mission work overseas, but neglect the people in their own neighborhoods. We see today believers who are willing to fund trips to Africa or Central America, yet unwilling to engage with the struggling communities right around them. Some will campaign for missions in Haiti, but turn around and spread lies about Haitian immigrants in their own communities. Others will donate to support Christian work abroad while simultaneously pushing policies that harm their immigrant neighbors at home. Jesus' instruction reminds us that evangelism isn't just about reaching strangers. It starts with those closest to us. It means being a witness in our homes, at our jobs, in our communities, and among those who have seen our struggles and now see our transformation. Before we seek to preach to those across the ocean, let's cross the street and let's be faithful to share the message with those in our immediate world.